Hello from Chapel House. It's about a year, I reckon, since we did our last update, and a lot has happened in the last 12 months, e.g. So we're looking forward to the opportunity to just update you a bit on what's been going on, I think, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
So all sorts of folk have been popping in and out of Chapel House over the last 12 months or so. Quite a lot of local church leaders actually from in and around Worcester, either on their own or with their leadership teams, coming on retreat, just have a day out of the activity and busyness of church leadership. But also we've had quite a few Airbnb guests, which has been great fun, from all over the country actually, some stopping off midway between the north and the south down to Cornwall to do some surfing or something. So it's been really interesting to meet all these different people. Also, we have the drive paved quite recently. That was quite a mammoth project actually, because we knew we wanted to do the drive. Might sound like a very practical thing, and indeed it is a very practical thing, but it was quite a mess out there, particularly in the winter. Yeah, and also we're very grateful to Matt, for completely redoing the website. We wanted to show that this is a place of hospitality. That's one of our main values here actually, that people would feel welcome, that they'd feel looked after, that it's comfortable, and we wanted to communicate that through the website. And I think he's done a great job of that through people's testimonies and stories of their experiences of coming here, but also through the photographs. And we want the whole experience of Chapel House to be therapeutic in a sense, in the decor and the layout and the welcoming nature of it sort of ministers to someone even before they've spent any time in prayer or anything like that. Basically, we want to keep in step with what the Spirit's doing at all times and not go charging ahead with our own ideas.
One of the other things that has been happening in the chapel, which is new, is that I have been seeing private clients in the chapel. This has been an amazing space to be able to counsel people, and the feedback that I've had from the clients is that it's a very peaceful, calm environment, and they feel safe in this environment. And yeah, I'm enjoying building up my private practice. I feel like I've got quite a good amount of clientele that are with me at the minute. Obviously that fluctuates quite a lot, but there are many people out there who would like to receive counselling and are getting in touch with me.
What has happened to Mr. Mentor in lockdown? I don't know, I'm not sure that's how I see myself, but it certainly for the last few years is what I've spent myself doing, is mentoring people on a one-to-one basis. And when lockdown kicked in, I did wonder how things were going to work out, because I do like meeting people in person, and for a long time I've travelled around the country and met people in their locations, and that, for me, that's been a part of understanding where they're at, is to see them in situ. But obviously during lockdown we couldn't do that, and I quickly had to move to conversations on Zoom or WhatsApp video or Facebook video or something like that. And actually I think it happened really well and quite smoothly. It takes a bit more preparation to speak to someone online as opposed to being with them face to face. You have to plan things a bit more, and I mean, I've always been fairly boundaried and structured in terms of timing and things like that, you know, arrival time and finish time and so on. But I've found that online, if you structure your time carefully, I think it can work really well. And I've done quite a bit of training online as well actually during lockdown, and if you feature your breaks and you allow, you know, if you use the breakout room system, that works really well. So all in all, I think it was fine, and And in fact, there are still quite a few folk who I continue to mentor online. I mean, I suppose probably 3 out of 4 sessions would probably be online, and then we'd meet in person for the 4th session. But so in answer to the question, I think it's been all right. Since getting ordained in July, what I do within the 4 parishes that I'm a part of is 2 days a week, or the equivalent. I mean, I'm non-stipendiary, I'm voluntary, so it's a little bit flexible and it does stretch a bit sometimes. So two days a week, normally Wednesdays and Thursdays, and then also 2 Sundays a month when I find myself rotated on to preach and to lead services. And so 4 rural parishes, Hallow, Grimley, Holt, Lower Broadheath, and actually this morning, in about 20 minutes, I'm going to be taking a Christmas assembly for the local primary school in the church, Grimley Church, which you see behind me. It's of particular significance because actually this village is where my great-grandfather came from. So it's always quite poignant when I come to this church, because I think to myself, well, he might have been in the church that I'm in this morning. A term which I came across recently is the rhythm of the rural. And I've been thinking quite a lot about that actually, and the fact that the rhythm of the rural is very different to the rhythm of the urban. It's not any less important or more important, it's just very different. And I'm learning that within the rural communities, you know, the seasons are very important, the land is very important, the lessons which God teaches us through all of that is very important in terms of how it relates to our own lives. Relationship is important. We have great relationships with the 3 schools in our benefice that we call the West Worcester Beacon, and I think I've been learning a lot, and I actually think that we need to tell a new story about the rural church, about church in the countryside. Because you know, you could look at a building like this and think, oh, that's old, nothing very much is happening there. Or you can think, wow, what huge potential this beautiful old building has. And all our buildings are well respected and loved by the communities. So it's quite exciting actually to think of new, fresh ways in which we can use our buildings to invite people in and to show folk that God loves them. We just need to become more aware of what the needs of our communities are and how we can go about meeting them. My closing thought for this video is really based on a little quote from Rudyard Kipling and the Just So stories, which my spiritual director Michael Dunn drew my attention to last week, and I'd like to read it to you because I find it so powerful. So Rudyard Kipling says in the Just So stories, "I keep 6 honest serving men. They taught me all I knew. Their names are what and why and when and how and where and who." And for me, as a coach and as a mentor, the asking of questions is one of the key tools of my trade, I think. And I leave that thought with you, that if we're to grow and thrive and flourish on our Christian walk, let's not give up asking questions like those 6 that I've just mentioned to you. They serve us well. They grow us. They inspire us. I'm praying that we'll be curious people, and I share this video, Jen and I share this video with you for your encouragement, to express our thanks to you for your support. You know, many of you give to us financially, you provide the platform from which we operate, others pray and generally cheer us on, and we really, really do appreciate it. So thank you so much, and depending on when you get this video, Happy Christmas or Happy New Year. Lots of love.